Hello to all. So there has been many concerns on the forums and such about how does the artificial intelligence attack so quickly. It seems like they're attacking faster than the player. Now, the truth is that the AI is not attacking faster. It's just that there are some techniques that are not really explained very well to you in this game. And it kind of takes a lot of experience to adapt to the techniques required to attack quickly. And this video will sort of serve as a guide to close that gap and allow you to get accustomed to them more rapidly. So the perks that you really need to attack fast, there's just a couple of them, and they're mostly in close combat but also in armor. Obviously the main one is maneuvering in armor, so as you up armor you will also get encumbered, and this perk just serves to get that encumbrance off of you. So at level 3 that's the fastest you'll go, and this basically makes you as fast in armor as you are without it. So this is a really important perk tree to get through. But besides that, there's a couple of perks in close combat that are very important. So first of all, riposte, kind of a self-explanatory. After a parry, you rapidly follow with an attack. Now this requires good timing is the main problem, because if it's too late or too early, it doesn't work right. So you kind of have to get a good feel for the riposte. But this is one of the easiest ways to attack faster. Second, feint. You would not think that this is a fast way of attacking, because you first have to feint an attack and then quickly renew it. But in the text it says renew it, when you really should be attacking from a new direction. And I'll show you how to make feint attacks very quick. They are in fact some of the most difficult attacks to block, but they kind of require a good situation for it. They're not an attack style you should be abusing, because the AI kind of gets used to them, and it kind of has to be a little bit unexpected. The situation has to be in your favor, but I'll show you how to really quickly attack over feint. Finally, remise. Remise is kind of remiss, probably remise. It's kind of just a core perk to have. It just means that if you swing left to right, you can immediately swing right to left. In the campaign, I would say this is probably the first perk you should take, just because the zombies don't block, so this greatly increases your damage output. Oh yes, and of course shield has a similar perk to riposte, which is called counter, and it's basically the same thing. After you block, you get to attack again. Okay, so besides the perks, there's a bit more going on in this game than just that. There's also the idea of dragging and accelerating, right? Well, accelerating, we mean that we start shallow, right? So near the front cone of our character, we kind of just walk into it, right? So it should kind of be, we should be walking in the direction of our strike, right? And with dragging, we start far, and we don't walk it in as quickly, right? We kind of start to walk in during the middle of the strike, right? Same thing with the left to right. Alright. Well, left to right, I find that almost everything's a drag. So if you want to shallow strike, you want to go right to left. That's where you can get some pretty good shallow strikes. So as they call accels. So I'm mostly playing against novice because they don't put up as much of a fight. So I can kind of slow it down a bit, right? So you can see I'm attacking very fast. And the mode of attacking fast is really not to think about it. It's all about getting so experienced that you kind of see the openings as they happen, right? So as he's stunned, I get another hit in. I see the opening in his right shoulder, and I go for the left upper overhead swing. So it's really not about attacking fast so much as just going for the openings, right? But you need to know how to attack fast to do that. So it's related. And what I just did, where I actually ended up pushing her, it's easier to push her than other opponents. But when you see recoil like that, that means you're putting in a lot of strength into your strikes, and that's good. It's good when that's happening. So basically in this game you should learn how to attack fast and also how to attack strong. You just see the openings. So that one was something I probably have not shown to you yet, and that is the feint that I've spoken of before. So we go for a left to right, usually left to right, and then we quickly cancel it and go for the right to left. It's a little golf club swing, very fast attack in fact, very quick. But it's gotten a bit more difficult to proc it recently. I actually for a while thought they broke it, but it's just more sensitive to the timing, right? You can screw it up like that. I just screwed it up. So the timing has to be precise, which is why I don't use it that often until the battle has sort of gotten into a stalemate where I have to break it. Then I kind of start using it. But or if it's a shield user, that's also a good time to use it. Went under the shield, but it didn't actually hit her. And that's kind of the problem with shields, is if you even touch them, it takes all the damage off of your weapon. You can pretty much get through a shield and it still won't do any damage. That's kind of why I hate them. It's not very fair. There we go. Okay, so this is the real test. This guy is tough. Alright. So with him, he's gonna try to keep his distance. You kind of have to just wait for him to attack, and then you attack, and you attack, and then when he starts blocking, you back off. So a lot of people say don't rotate the camera. Stupid advice, honestly. I mean, why not, right? It's nice to know how to, play at every camera angle. But if you have time, rotate the camera. Because the precision of your techniques sort of, you sort of get accustomed to a certain viewpoint. And you get really fast with this over-the-shoulder viewpoint. And you just won't be as quick with other viewpoints. So it's good to kind of practice other viewpoints when you get kind of rotated around. But I would say don't do what people say, and when you have the opportunity, get the viewpoint back behind your character. Mostly I do it when he's facing towards the camera. I don't have much of an issue when he's facing this way or this way, but once he starts doing this, the controls get reversed, right? And it's cool to play with reverse controls, but you just won't be as efficient. So I would say once your character is facing you, try to get a window to rotate the camera back, because you just will not be as precise and fast with the character facing the camera than when he's facing away from the camera, because you're just more accustomed to it. So yeah, I mean, playing on the kind of on this plane doesn't bother me very much. But really it's really a matter of personal preference, but I suspect that very few people want to play with the controls reversed. I suspect that's not something people want to do. Well, shield users just go long, right? If you have a long weapon, start dragging. Dragging, stabbing, overhead. Keep out of their reach, right? It's sometimes hard to do because a good shield user will not give you much space. I was hoping that would get his head, but it didn't. This has become a really messy battle. It's kind of weird how it's kind of gotten a bit difficult to knock people down. It used to be quite a bit easier, which was more fun, but at the same time it's probably more fair this way that it's not so easy to knock people down. So you can really see that there's a lot of dragging going on around here. Drags and excels. Mix it up, and the AI just often does not expect it. Hit them while they're down. Finally got a knockdown. Really? Yeah, when they tumble around like that on the ground, it's sometimes hard to finish them off properly. This game has like another round syndrome. It's hard to stop once you start playing this. It's hard to stop. Just one more turn syndrome. Thought that was gonna knock him down. Well, with the cleaver, when they try to stab you, you can really just take it. It's gonna be minimal blunt damage. You really gotta love just how fucked up they get. You can really crunch them. The crunch meme is strong with this game as well as Mordhau. See, when they take damage, they duck like that. And it's kind of hard to finish them off when they do that, you know. All right, one more, just one more. I swear, I'm not an addict. Sometimes, also, the right move is not to move. And they just come at you and they walk into your hit. So really, I guess the point of this video is you just have to learn to read them. You have to learn. When I play this game, I mostly watch the other guy. I'm not watching myself. And if you're still watching yourself, you're still learning, basically. Because you really have to learn to only watch the enemy. It's just like Intense, right? You watch the ball, you don't watch what you're doing. So that was a pretty good parry, but he managed to block it. But with parries, you basically get a little window even after it's done to attack. And this guy's a bit tough. Damn. How did I...